Hey there, how are you today, Capricorn? My name is Sherilyn, and I am here to do your weekly reading. And this one is going to be for Monday, September 15th through Thursday, September 18th. Yeah, 18th. Sorry, I had to check again. Now, normally I'd be back on Wednesday to do the bonus readings and get you through the weekend. They are, of course, threatening to take TikTok down again on Wednesday. Yeah, the 17th. So, in case that happens, I'm over on the YT under Sherilyn's Tarot. So you can go there to get the bonus reading if they take this down. Hopefully they won't, but it's like living constantly being afraid to exhale with these people, I swear. But let's see. All that aside, let's do this. This is for Capricorn, so let's see what we get. All right. For my Capricorns. Okay. We got Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay. We're opening it up with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Followed by the Star card. And in the challenge position, we've got the Ten of Cups. So this is your backstory or your recent past. So Queen of Pentacles, you're very comfortable in the Queen of Pentacles. Even more comfortable in the King of Pentacles. But, I mean, you're very good. This is a very grounded, realistic, somewhat conservative, very nurturing, abundant situation that you're in right here. So that is where you're comfortable anyways, okay? With the Star card, this is you holding on to hope and faith. Like you have this well of optimism that stays with you all the time. You know things are going to get better. Even when things are off, you know it's going to get better. The challenge here is the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is all about your emotional fulfillment. So it feels to me like you're sitting in a good spot, right? You're abundant. Things are going good here in the recent past. You have this well of optimism. You know things are going to get even better, right? But the challenge here is something to do with you opening up and being vulnerable emotionally. Like everything else is on point. But the emotional part is something, and it's not that you don't have emotions, and it's not that you haven't found somebody to try to build with, but you're having a very hard time letting somebody in, is what I see here in the recent past. So anyways, this is your past. We couldn't change it if we wanted to. We can't change the past, but this is what we're working with. So this is where you're coming from. Okay, what do we have currently? I have you with the Moon and the Fool. And then in the challenge position, I have the Four of Swords. Okay, so currently I see you're in a position where it's like with the Moon card, you're afraid you're not seeing everything clearly. Maybe you're not seeing everything clearly, but it's more of a fear that there's something you're not seeing. Like a fear of the unknown or a fear of, that's really what it is. It's like a fear of the unknown. You're afraid there's more to the story than what you're being told or something like that. It's almost like borderline paranoia, but I'm sure it has some I don't know, it's rooted in something. I'm just not sure if it's rooted in the current situation or maybe you were triggered by a situation in the past. Anyways, so it's a fear of not knowing what's going on is what you're dealing with right now. However, it does look like you are trying to take a leap of faith and jump towards whatever this is. Fear and all. Anyways, you're still ready to take this leap of faith and jump in. The challenge in this row is the Four of Swords. So the challenge is something to do with you needing to heal a certain part of you. And I think that's like directly hooked into whatever the Moon is. I get the feeling that you've been triggered by something currently that has nothing to do with your current situation. It has to do with like something from the way backs, right? And that's what needs to be healed. Still, despite all that, you're still looking like you're trying to take this leap of faith into this situation. So there you go. We're not in a bad spot. Okay, what do we have in the near future? Now I've got Seven of Pentacles. Okay, Four of Cups. And in the challenge position, we've got the Strength card. Bottom of the deck for this reading is actually the Two of Pentacles. The undercurrent to the whole reading is this sense of imbalance. So, like if you were to write it out all on paper, everything is going great. It looks right. And then there's just this nagging feeling that you can't quite put your finger on. You can't quite get it to, you feel off balance, okay? And it's because of whatever this is that's triggering you from the past. But I can say that it's not that easy to figure out what it is sometimes. You know, it doesn't take much sometimes to figure out to have something trigger you. But it's something that hasn't been healed yet. So that's where this imbalance is coming from, I feel like. Okay, so in the near future, we're looking at Seven of Pentacles. So now you've decided to take the leap of faith. The only thing left to do is to figure out how much are you really going to invest here, okay? And that is something you're trying to do here in the near future. Are you going to go all in? Are you going to just stick 2 toes in? Or, you know, saying, how far in are you going to go on this? There you go. 4 of Cups in the center here is talking about you feeling disappointed or disillusioned, you know, I'm saying dissatisfied overall with the current state of events. I don't know if this is because things are going too slow or too fast. But there's something, I think it's too slow. Things have just taken a long time to get to where they are right now, it feels like. So it's like things are picking up, but not enough, or I don't know. There's something here about you feeling dissatisfied with the speed at which things are taking off. However, with the Strength card on the other side, I feel like this is the challenge, is you feeling weak. The challenge is you feel weak. Maybe this is, I keep thinking it's timing, so maybe this has taken a very long time to get to this point, and now you're here, and it's like almost a letdown because you've pushed forward for this for a long time. You're definitely feeling weak. Like this took so long, now you're feeling weak. Like you don't have the stamina to keep going. I assure you, you do, but I don't know. There's something here. Maybe whatever this is that you're trying to heal from the past has something to do with an insecurity that's flared up. We'll keep going. See if it comes out. 2 of Pentacles. Behind that, I have the Sun and the Ace of Wands. So there's definitely some kind of a restart, like something that's got you inspired. You know, you're fired up, like a passionate restart in this situation. With the Sun, this makes you very happy. You just need to figure out how to balance out. You need to figure out how to heal whatever this is that's being triggered. So that would mean it's something hurt you in the past, you know what I'm saying, and rather than deal with it, you just shoved it down and kept moving, you know what I'm saying. But for some reason, probably somebody's finally gotten in close enough to you, which probably isn't something you let happen all the time. So now with somebody in close enough to you, it's triggering it, you know. Meaning that you got this knee-jerk reaction. If you feel this, that means that the next thing to happen is that, you know. It's not necessarily but that's what your brain is saying. Okay, let's see what else we got. I got to do days of the week in a minute. We've got Justice, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Justice is this whole situation working out the way that it seems to be going is justice to you, okay? And it's justice because at one time in your life something was done to you that was unjust, so the scales are being balanced out. I feel like things are going right and you almost are afraid to accept it or afraid to acknowledge that things could go right, right? You're used to when something goes right, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're waiting for something to go wrong, but it looks like this time things might really be going right. Knight of Swords is you just trying to find clarity. You just want to be certain, you know. And the Ace of Cups, that's somebody trying to pour into your cup, you know, trying to fill your cup with love or whatever. All right, let me get the days of the week out. We'll pull more if I have time. So Monday, I have the 10 of Swords and the Chariot. This is you trying to run from whatever this thing is that needs to be healed. Somebody betrayed you in the past, but it was somebody you cared about. And so it's like you finally let somebody in close enough to care about them now, and something they did made you feel like they were going to betray you. So it's getting past that. The kicker here is I don't think that the person you're dealing with right now has any ill intent, but you're dealing, you know, does that make sense? I hope so. I don't have time to go further into that. Sorry. Tuesday, I have the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups. You're very passionate about this person. You're very fired up right now. King of Cups, you're hoping for emotional stability. I mean, that's what you see in this person is emotional stability. Okay, Wednesday, I have the Page of Swords and the Devil. So this is an insecurity right here, okay? And you're trying to quell the insecurity, but indirectly. Meaning, rather than just ask the person, hey, do you have bad intentions? Or, hey, what are you doing? You're trying to do it by, I don't know, looking at their social media or digging through their stuff or something. Going through their phone while they're asleep, trying to prove to yourself it's going to be okay. It's just kind of an indirect way, right? Thursday, I have the Tower and the 5 of Cups. Thursday, I feel like there could be some kind of a row of some sort, almost like an argument or a fight, but I think it's necessary so that you can finally get the facts and the reassurance you need to push forward. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I see here. That's going to make you be direct and make you finally find the answers you need to find closure so that that part can be healed and you can move on. Because I do feel this is something that's moving forward for sure. It's just, it's got this speed bump in it that you guys got to get over. That's what I see. All right, look, I'm out of time. But no matter what the cards say, go make it the best week you possibly can. Hang in there. This one looks like it's got a lot of potential, okay? All right, that's what I got for this week. Thank you.